Okay, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight on our team call. I'm very excited to be on here again. And thank you guys so much for hopping on Monday evening. So I know that this is a new time for us, but we had decided, especially in the summer, it was a little hard to get on at 8:30 and then to continue on to the corporate calls. So we wanted to do what we thought was best as a whole team and just break this up a little bit. So I'm going to try to fly through this. I'm going to try to get done in 30 minutes and let you get back to all of your important things that you have going on tonight. But first, I just want to start with some updates. So we always like to just recap some things. I know you guys have probably seen these announcements either posted or hopefully you were on the corporate call last night and saw these announcements. But first thing I wanted to talk about is just that they extended Emris Live Early Bird, you guys, which is super, super exciting. So our corporate team is literally so amazing. They knew that a lot of us still were trying to get in there and get those early bird tickets, but that we wanted to get a couple paychecks in our pockets first, which I think is absolutely amazing. It just goes to show how much heart they have and how genuine they truly are. So I absolutely love that. So they've extended that early bird to July 13th, which is really awesome. So you guys are going to be able to get a couple paychecks before you pay for that. And again, Emris Live, if you guys haven't heard all the good details, you'll definitely want to hop on, check out some of those recorded calls from corporate because it's going to be absolutely amazing. So that's October 27, 28 down in Florida. I know I'm super excited. If you guys are already, if you've already got your tickets and you know you're going, throw it in the chat. I can't wait to see who else is going. I'm just like super thrilled, super excited. It's going to be a great time. The next thing that they did sort of announce was we've all kind of been waiting to hear what the prices are going to look like for those rooms, right? They did give us kind of an idea, a ballpark of about $150 per room, and those rooms are going to be able to be shared. So they'll have a couple beds in some of the rooms, some of them are even suites. So the prices are going to start off around 150 though, which just in case you guys are trying to budget, is going to be a good kind of starting off place. So next thing is those free spots. So we've been talking about this for a while, so you probably already know this, but those free spots, if you got in back before May 30th and got a free spot in the tree, they did extend those dates. So you just want to make sure that by July 11th, you've signed up for your free spot. So got a little bit of time still. The next thing I'm super excited to talk about is Director Summit. So corporate announced this as well. It's on July 27th, and it's in Tampa, Florida. It's for directors and above, and you need to meet director or above between May 30th, the day we launched, and July 11th. So we've still got a few weeks, you guys. You can do this. I'm right there running with you, right? Like I am running after this in a big way. I'm going to try so hard to get there. I'm really excited about it. I know I've got some teammates that are really excited about it too. So if you guys are going after that, throw it in the chat. I would love to see who's running with me, who's locking arms and going after this. So very excited. I think that about does it for our updates. If Ash has anything else, you can definitely throw it in the comments there for us. But I think those are all of my updates. So I'm going to jump right in to some customer stuff, you guys. So signing some VIPs. If you guys have a piece of paper and a pen, the best way to kind of do this, I'm just going to kind of break it down for you guys, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is who to talk to. So who are the very first people you talk to? Let's say you haven't talked to anyone yet. I know you have already, but let's just pretend that you haven't. We're going to kind of go back to basics. So who are the very first people you want to talk about when you are trying to get those VIP customers signed up? The very first people that I always suggest talking to are your friends and family, right? That's your support, that's your network. Those are the people that know that you're doing this. They've been invested since the beginning, whether it's just liking and commenting on your posts or whether it's giving you a big hug and telling you congratulations. Family and friends are the best place to start. I think the biggest mistake though that we make sometimes is assuming that because our family and friends see our posts and maybe they like those or comment on those, that means that they know what we're doing and they know what our products are, and that if they wanted it, they would reach out to us. I think that's a big misconception, a big mistake that people make. That's not always the case, right? So sometimes they're waiting for you to say to them, hey, I've got this great product. I think it could help you sleep with those issues you've been having at night, or, you know, XYZ, whatever the reasonings are. But a lot of time your friends and family members, they're actually waiting for you to reach out to say, hey, I've got this great product. So I think that's number one, that's key. So friends and family, those are the first people you want to go to. They're your support, they're your network. Go to those people first. Next is anyone who you already know suffers from some of the things that our products could benefit. So maybe you know people that suffer from sleep issues, from pain, from stress, there's also a big group of people out there that I've actually found that have tried other CBDs, maybe that they got at a local store, that are not great. They're not high quality. They, maybe they have lots of fillers in them. I mean, there's lots of reasons why Synergy definitely is superior to some of these other products. So there are people out there that have wanted the success of trying a CBD and they just haven't found it. So maybe you know that they've tried a CBD. You don't know that it actually worked for them until you reach out and find out, right? So you can always offer our product to somebody just to see, like, hey, does it work better than maybe the current current product that you're on? Hey, maybe does it work better than that product that you bought at Family Video or wherever you bought your product from? And then the next place I would go is anyone that you have already talked to about the opportunity, right? So a lot of these people that you talk to about signing up for Emris, they already know about the products. They already know about what we're doing, but that doesn't mean, again, you don't want to assume that they would reach out to you to say, hey, Jen, I know you guys launched. I know you guys are open to customers now, and I really loved the products you guys were selling. I just wasn't interested in the business. Again, we assume that that's what they would do, but that doesn't mean that that's how everyone handles things. So maybe they're waiting for you to reach out and say, hey, we're open to customers now. I'm looking for some VIPs. What do you think? So I think that's the next place that you definitely want to get started. So the next thing, and you can kind of jot these down, but is once you've decided who those people are, what are you going to say to those people, right? So I think a lot of you guys are looking for like the perfect script. I'm probably not going to be able to give you that. I can give you some ideas of things that I say that have worked for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. I'm a firm believer that you've got to come up with what works for you, the words that flow for you and that sound like something you would actually say to someone. So I'll give you a couple examples, but it does not mean that these are the words you have to use. They're just what I would say. So if I was talking to a family member or a friend, that's who we started with first. Hey, Jackie, I wanted to thank you so much for all your support and encouragement with Emris. As you know, I'm just getting started and I'm looking for 3 to 5 new customers. I thought about you first because I really think that you could benefit from our Synergy product. Do you have a couple minutes to talk tonight? And that's how whether I send that as a voice message or if I have to send it as a Facebook message because she doesn't get audio because I've got an iPhone or whatever it is. So that's how I would start with a friend or family member. The next is somebody that you already know suffers from some of the issues that we could benefit. So maybe that's somebody that posts about things online, right? So we have a lot of friends that will post about how they have trouble sleeping or how they suffer with feelings of sadness or maybe feelings of stress or things like that. They have a stressful job. They're a busy mom. They'll post about lots of these things. So what I might say to someone like that is, hi, Cindy, I wanted to thank you again for taking the time. Oops, I'm sorry. Wrong one. Hey, Becky, I know you've been struggling with sleep and I found a product that's working absolutely great for me. Do you have some time tonight to chat? Sorry, guys. That's what I was telling you. I'm going to get mixed up in my notes, okay? But we'll get back on track. And then the next one is somebody that you've already talked to about the opportunity. So let's say somebody said, you know what, it sounds like a great opportunity, just not for me, not looking, to add that to my life right now. So what I may say is, hey, Cindy, I wanted to thank you again for taking the time to chat with me about Emris. Wanted to let you know that we've officially launched for our customers. We have the most amazing testimonials from our brand ambassadors, but I'm looking for 3 to 5 customer testimonials. Do you have some time to chat tonight and see if any of the products could benefit you? And so those are just kind of some things that I say. Now I know that Ashley is actually going to chime in at the end of this call, give you some different scripts you can use, some different verbiage that you can use. These are not for everyone, that's for sure. It's just what sounds good. It's what flows for me. And so that's kind of why I gave you the examples that I did. Ashley's going to pop a great tool that she just loaded onto the team page. So kind of sit tight for that. Next, I want to move on to once you've done that, once you've made that initial contact, they reach back out to you and they are, on the phone with you, or maybe you're sitting down in person. So what are kind of the steps you want to take? So the first one is, of course, you want to talk about how the products are going to benefit them. So you need to open up a little bit, have that conversation of, what benefits are you looking for? How can we help you? The next is making sure that you are giving testimonials. It's huge. Testimonials are key, but they do need to be compliant testimonials. So we talked a lot about this in the call last week. And it's easy to stay compliant as long as you stay away from just, some keywords. You want to stay away from diagnoses is the biggest thing. You can still give testimonies, and that's a huge seller. It's the best seller, in my opinion. Just make sure that you're staying compliant and not using any of those actual diagnoses. So the next is to tell them about our VIP program, right? So we all know about our VIP program. We know it's amazing. Just to go over some of the ins and outs of that. I'm sure you guys know these, but in case you don't, jot them down. So it's a one-time fee. It's a lifetime fee of $9.97. That's huge. A lot of VIP programs are not. A lot of them are a yearly fee or even a monthly fee. So it's a one-time fee, $9.97. After that, they get all of their products for life at 20% off, which is absolutely amazing. Even new products we come out with, 20% off. Next is that they get rewards on all of their own purchases. So every time they purchase, and especially if they purchase consecutively, that reward amount keeps going up and up and up. They can earn up to 25% back on each order, which is outstanding. The next thing, and my favorite thing about this program, is that they get rewards on their referrals as well. So if they are loving the product, if they have an amazing testimony, if they're going out and telling their friends about this, they actually get rewards for each person that they refer who purchases. So that's huge. The other thing that I love about it is that there's no minimums and there's no required auto ship. If they love their product and they want to auto ship because they don't want to have to hop online every month, they can do that, but they're not required to, which if you ask a lot of customers is a big, big deal, right? So they don't get tied into necessarily having to get that same product. A lot of times they'll say, yeah, we'll sign you up as a VIP, but you have to do the first 3 months or you have to commit to 6 months. So this is definitely, I mean, our founders were definitely thinking with the customer in mind when they came up with this VIP program. The last thing I really want to hone in on is talking about that 60-day money-back guarantee. Okay, guys, so I know in the beginning when we were, before we had actually launched on May 30th, a lot of us had products in our hands and we were sampling those products out to people. We couldn't purchase more products, so that was kind of our only way of doing things, right? Things have changed a little bit. Corporate definitely is not advocating for us giving samples out any longer. The great thing about our 60-day money-back guarantee is that they're able to try that product. If they feel it just didn't work for them, they didn't get the relief that they were looking for, maybe they decided, I got a little relief, but it wasn't worth the money. I mean, there's multiple reasons, but it's literally a win-win for them. So they purchase the product and they have 60 days to be able to try that product, see if it works for them, see if they get the relief they need without thinking that they've just now invested this money and there's nothing they can do about it. They do have 60 days to decide whether this works for them or not. So when a lot of people are asking, hey, do you have samples I can try? I really, quite honestly, just say to them, it usually takes people a little more than the samples we could give out, right? So a lot of people don't see the full benefit in the first 2, 3, maybe 4 days. And so what we do is we offer you a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you're buying the bottle, but if it doesn't work for you and you've been on it for that full 30 days and you're just not feeling those effects, it's no problem. You'll get a full refund. And I've had lots of people that have jumped on board after that because they realize, hey, this company stands behind their product. They stand behind what they're selling me. So that's really huge. And I want you guys to make sure you really are pushing that when you're talking to your potential customers. Okay, so then what's next? Say you talk to them about all that and they say, hey, you know what? That sounds really great. Okay, yeah, let's get on board with that. What I do next, and this doesn't mean this is what you have to do, it's just how I like to do things because I do think customer service plays a key role in this industry, right? So there are lots of brand ambassadors, not nearly as many as some other companies, but there's lots of us out there, right? And so we do have to provide good customer service. We do have to make sure that we're giving our customer everything we possibly can. So what I personally do is I offer to get my customers signed up on my end of things. So I just collect the information from them and I actually have a little form that I send. I know Ashley, I think she's going to put an image in the page as well that will give you all the list of things that they need. But, so I just ask them for their, their name, their phone number, their address, their billing address, all of that information. And some people have asked me, I'm going to kind of back up just a little bit. Some people have asked, are people opposed to that though? Do they want to have to give you all of that information? And really the way I look at it is, No, I mean, if I've bought anything from a direct salesperson, a network marketer in the past, that's usually the way that it works. So you don't always just go to people's websites and purchase things, right? So if I'm purchasing from someone, a lot of times I will give them all of that information anyways. And so I don't think people are really thrown off by it. I haven't had anyone yet that has been hesitant at all to give me the information. They do know that it's protected. They trust me. And so it's been very easy to get the information. The reason I like to do this is it's few folds, right? So obviously we're a new company. So sometimes there can be glitches where people, maybe they don't look to see that you're the name in the the referred by section. Maybe they type something just a little off and things get a little wonky back there. Those types of things happen. So that would be the first reason. The second reason is that you want to make sure that that customer, they've said, yes, I'm going to order, but we all know how that happens, right? We're busy. We have busy lives. They may say, hey, yes, I'm really excited. Yes, I want to get started. And then it takes them 3, 4, 5 days before they can actually get in and place that order. So if you're getting the information from them, just small pieces at a time, generally speaking, you're going to be able to get that order in right away. So that's another part of it. The last part of it that I love is that you can actually complete the referral link for them. So if you guys don't know this, when a customer goes in and signs up as a VIP, their referral link actually is not auto-populated for them. So what you have to do, and I can walk you through the steps if you want to write these down, but after you sign someone up, so let's say you go in, you sign them up for VIP, that you get that first product ordered, and then hit the submit button. When you go back to the customer's home page, so they're the customer home, you will see a little link at the bottom that says, click here to complete the referral link. If you click there, it actually takes you to the customer's profile. And that looks just like our back office does. So just like our profile. So if you go over a couple tabs, it'll say replicated website. Click on replicated website, and it looks just like our websites do. So it'll say emrisinternational.com / and there's a blank. You'll fill in that blank for them, so you can put the customer's name or whatever you think may work for them, and then click save. And then what I do is I just shoot them out a nice little email or text message, however I like to communicate with them, saying, hey, congratulations, your order's all set. Here's your customer ID and here's your referral link. So if you're loving this product and you have a great testimonial and you're telling people about it, you're going to be able to earn free rewards. So send them your link rather than my website, and you're going to get the credit. The cool thing, if you guys haven't seen one of these come through yet, just in case you haven't, generally speaking, when you get a new VIP, you'll see 2 emails come through. You'll see the first one that says, congratulations. I think you actually get 2 that say, congratulations, you have a customer order. One is actually just the VIP, right? And then the other is their actual order. The thing that's different when they sign up, when they order through a referral link, is you don't get that initial email that says, congratulations, you have an order. So that VIP email actually goes to the person that referred them. So the person that referred them knows that they have somebody that went and bought product through their site. So that's pretty cool. You will get that second email though that says, you've got your customer order, you can go back in there and you see it right there. So it's a pretty cool process if you guys haven't seen it yet, and we can definitely walk you through that. But okay, so the last part of this call is going to be a little bit different. So the first part was all about VIPs and kind of how to talk to customers, who to talk to. And I'm going to jump ship just a little bit here and talk about a little bit of encouragement, right? So we have been in this for a little while. Some of you have been in for a few months, and some have only been in, maybe this is just the beginning. But either way, whether you've been in for 3 days or 3 months, we all can agree that sometimes we get a little discouraged, and that's kind of the nature of this industry sometimes. It is what happens. I've said it so many times, but they call it network marketing for a reason, right? So it is work. It does take some dedication. It takes some persistence, but you can make this as successful as you want. And I think that that's absolutely key in this industry, is just kind of knowing that. So what I want to talk about a little bit is just overcoming some of that discouragement that people do have, and how we can do that, what that looks like. Steph did a really great job talking about it on the call last week, but affirmations is a big part of that. It might sound silly to some of you, but for me, sometimes that's something really quick and easy. I actually have an app on my phone that sends me an affirmation every morning and every night. And you'd be surprised how many times I need to hear exactly what pops up on my screen, right? And it's just literally a sentence or maybe 2 sentences. But it's amazing how sometimes you just need that, right? You need that you need that encouragement, and you just need just a breath of fresh air, right? Sometimes it'll come through and it'll just say, take a deep breath. I'm like, yes, that's what I need. So I think affirmations is huge. The next step is definitely talk to your leader. I think sometimes people get so caught up in, oh, I'm going to disappoint my leader, or, oh, they don't understand. I think a lot of people look at leaders as they just don't get it because they're just so successful. This is just so easy for them. They don't understand where I'm coming from. And I want to tell every one of you, if any of you have ever thought that, I want to stop you right now and say, we absolutely understand. We totally know where you're coming from. We've been there probably multiple times, all the leaders that are on here, can you shake your head if this is you too? I have been there. I've been there so many times. I've been there in this business. I've been there in other businesses, and there's nothing wrong with that. What makes a leader is those people that can then dig themselves out of that, right? So we all get to that point where a little discouraged, a little frustrated, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's all about what you do. So please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, talk to your leaders, right? Talk to them, see what you can do, see if there's some way that they can invest in you a little bit harder. And we're always willing to help. That is exactly what we're here for. So that would be the next thing. Another thing that's huge to me, and I know Ashley definitely agrees, but staying close to the fire is something we always say. So going to meetings, if you have local meetings, like here in Grand Rapids, we do a meeting every Tuesday, and I promise you, and if you Tuesday girls are on here, throw it in the chat, but every Tuesday they come and they say to us, I'm so glad I come to these because it gets me re-energized, it gets me refocused, and it just gets me super excited about things again. And so every Tuesday they come to these meetings, even if they don't learn anything, they always come away from it saying, I just feel better. I feel more motivated. I feel like I'm invested in my business after coming to these. So if you're feeling a little discouraged, again, so go to a meeting, whether that means if we don't have local meetings, hop on a Zoom. I mean, you guys are all here, so I don't really have to be telling you this, right? You guys are already investing in this and you're doing what you need to do. But if anybody's feeling this way, maybe you've got a team member that's feeling this way, I encourage you, get them on the recording of this call so that they can hear what we're saying. Sometimes they just need to hear it one more time or one different way. The next is, and you guys have heard me say this lots and lots of times, if you're feeling discouraged because you're hearing no, it's because you're thinking about the wrong person. I say this on almost every single training that I do because I can't hit home enough just how important this is. So if you're thinking about you're thinking about the wrong person. You always want to be offering this, whether it's the brand ambassador option or the customer option, to someone who you think can be blessed through Emris. Okay, so whether it's our products or the chance to make money or the chance to build a team, you need to be thinking about them. And if you truly have them in mind, you'll never be let down if they tell you no, because you know that you had your heart in it, right? You were offering it to them because you truly feel like this could be beneficial to them. Another thing is, if they say no, it doesn't always mean no right now or forever, right? It means no right now. It means, unfortunately, this isn't going to work at the exact moment, but it doesn't mean forever. And I'm going to get into a couple quick stories. I've got to hurry up. I just looked at the time. Sorry, guys. But I want to talk about a few things just to kind of encourage you guys to keep talking to people. All right, so really quickly, if you're kind of stuck, you're feeling a little bit discouraged, you're feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't know who to reach out to. This is great. She's telling me to just dive back in, but who do I talk to? Number one, on our page under the files section, there's a document called Keeping Track of Potentials. If you haven't already done that, which most of you probably have, if you haven't already done that, hop in there, grab that. It's an awesome list. You just start writing down names of people. So you go through your phone, you go through your Facebook, you go through your Instagram, and you just start writing names down. You don't prejudge. You don't think about it. You just write down names of all of your contacts. That's a really good place to start. Next is adding new people to your social media every day. If you're a social media builder, you should be adding new people to Facebook and Instagram daily. Next is to talk to people while you're out and about. So I'm more of a belly to belly or in-person type of communicator. And so every time I'm out, I'm trying to talk to people, whether it's at a vendor event, whether it's at a coffee shop, if it's at school, if I'm at cheer practice, I'm trying to start intentional conversations. Next is making sure you do your follow-ups. We can talk a little more about the 2-2-2, but Ashley and I both follow a rule. When we're following up, it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. So we can talk a little bit more about that and dive into that on a different training. But that is, make sure that you are doing those follow-ups, and you're going to hear in just a second why it's important to do those follow-ups. Next, and this has been really successful for me over the last honestly, probably only about a week, if I'm being honest. So I kind of went, all right, I'm doing this 90-day blitz. I've got to do something different. I'm working my business. I know on a daily basis, I'm doing what I need to do, but I've got to get in front of some different people. Who should I start with? Who should I start talking to? I went back through my Facebook Messenger and my text messages, and I looked at who hadn't I talked to in a year, which I know seems, maybe that seems like a lot to you. Maybe it doesn't seem like that much. I don't know. But to me, I felt like, oh gosh, it's been a year. And I just addressed it. I said, hey, it's been a little while, but I've got something amazing going on. Wanted to see if you had any interest. And so that was a really good, that was kind of a good decision maker for me of who should I start with. I just went, back through those past messages. And then I just want to kind of hop into where that led me. Okay, guys, so I decided to do this. I decided to go through some of those old messages, and I want to just kind of talk to you. So if any of you are at the point right now where you're feeling really discouraged, you're feeling like maybe this isn't for me, maybe I made the wrong decision, maybe you're feeling like I know I made the right decision, but I just don't know what to do now. I know there's a lot of people out there with a lot of different feelings going on, and I want to give you a little bit of motivation. So at the beginning of May, I did really well. So I had like 5 people join within 3 days. I was like booming. I was on fire. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it right, whatever I'm doing, right? And then about May 8th came around. So I did really well at the very beginning of May. And I had a really, really rough end to my May and beginning to my June. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Do I need to go back to the basics? Do I need to reach out to more people? Like, I'm clearly doing something wrong because I'm just not getting the interest that I was getting before. And at points, of course, I felt discouraged. Who doesn't? And so I quickly just had to snap myself out of it and go, I know I'm in the right place. And I know that this is going to work for me. So I've got to just get back to, like I said, get back to the basics, maybe start doing some things a little bit differently, think outside the box, step outside my comfort zone. And that's what I did. So I want to talk to you. Sorry, Ash, I'm really going to try to hurry through these. But about a couple people that have recently joined with me. I've had a really good few days, you guys, and it had been a long time. It had been, like I said, since the beginning of May. And so I could have very, very easily gotten discouraged and just said, you know what, I'm just done. I'm over it. This is too hard. This is too much work. But I decided, you know what, no, I'm going to step outside the comfort zone. I'm going to make this work. And what I actually did was I reached out to a few people that I was hoping would become customers of mine. One of them, and I'm hoping she's on this call tonight. I haven't seen her name pop up, but she's a very, very good friend of mine from a previous direct sales company. She's an amazing leader, phenomenal. When I first heard about Emris, I was like, I want her in this so bad. I messaged her, and she very, very kindly watched the videos. She gave me time. She listened to me, but she said, it's just not for me. I'm with another company right now. I'm happy with that company. Emris looks great. And she actually did say, I'm going to try to get my husband interested. I do think this is a good, I think it's good what you're doing. I think it's going in the right direction. I'm going to see if maybe my husband's interested. And she said, I just can't get him on board. I've tried, I've put it in front of him, and he keeps saying no. So this was 3 months ago. This was back in the NDA phases that I had talked to her. I reached out a few times between here and then, and I'll be very honest, and she will too if she's on here right now. She ignored a few of my messages. And so how do we all feel when that happens? We feel like they're saying no to us, right? We feel like, that's kind of a letdown. But anyway, I reached back out to her once we had our products, and I said, listen, I offered this to you in the beginning for a couple reasons. Number one, because you're a really good leader. Number two, because I know these products could benefit you. I know you could really align with these. And so I just reached out and I said, hey, our VIP customer options are open now. Do you want to chat about it? And she said, yep, absolutely. Let's talk. We got on the phone. We were on the phone for an hour and a half, you guys. We talked for an hour and a half, and it went from just talking about the products to her and her daughter have now joined. This is not even a week later. I started this conversation with her on Wednesday. So I had talked to her 3 months ago. It was a hard no. It was not going to happen. I had a few times that she ignored my messages, and you guys, she's here. She's on board. She's in this with her daughter. And I am super excited. But what I want you guys to learn from that is that do your follow-ups, keep talking to people, stay excited about this, because people do change their mind. Just because they say no in the beginning doesn't mean that it means no forever. So keep talking to them, keep reaching out, and just be genuinely care about what this, how this could benefit their life. The next one is somebody, and she may be on the call tonight too, but she was a great consultant in another company again, a previous company. She's a busy mom. I knew that she wasn't real happy when she left the previous company. And so I thought, maybe she's a little turned off from network marketing. We also hadn't talked in a while, so that made me a little bit leery of whether I should reach out to her. And honestly, I don't see, at least when she posts on social media, that money is really an issue for her or for her family. And so I was kind of nervous to reach out. I thought, I don't know if it's the best person to reach out to, but as I just told you guys, right? Learn from my own mistakes. Don't ever prejudge people. You don't know what's going on in their life. You have no idea. So I did reach out to her. I reached out to her on Friday with a message that just basically said, hey, this is what I'm up to. If you have any interest in hearing about the products or the business, let me know. And guess what, y'all? She signed up today. So don't be nervous, right? Like, I know that sometimes we get so caught up in who we should talk to and how we should say it, and just be you, just be genuine. Just know that if you're offering it for the right reasons, which I knew I was, you can't lose, right? And so I've had a very few successful days, and I'm telling you right now, I know there's so many of you that are sitting out there going, oh, I'm just discouraged, and she tells these stories, but that's not me. That's not what's going to happen for me. It is what's going to happen for you if you keep doing this and you keep pushing through. Step outside your comfort zone. It will happen for you. I know it will. The last few things I wanted to just say, I've kind of touched on all of this, but you guys, I was looking up some quotes earlier today to try to leave you with this phenomenal quote that you guys would remember and it would stick with you. And I couldn't, because there were so many. There were so many quotes. But a few of them, I guess, that I looked up that I thought maybe would resonate. Don't give up. The beginning's always the hardest, which could not be more true, right? So it is hard to learn all this. It's hard to learn what to say, and it's hard to get out of your norm. So it's, but I promise you, if you just don't give up and you keep working, there's an image, and I wish I had it right now. But this guy, he's digging through. Ash, we'll have to see if we can look for it and put it in the team page. But basically, it shows two guys digging, and there's a treasure on the other side, and both of them are digging, and one stops just before he gets to the treasure, and the other one keeps digging, and he gets there. And so where is it? Right here. Success seems to be, nope, that's not it. The moment you're ready to quit is usually the moment right before a miracle happens. Don't give up. And that's kind of what that image looks like to me. So that's kind of the quote that goes with it. But so there's some really good ones out there, but I just want you guys to know and to understand that this industry is not always easy. It's not always, there's not always a right or a wrong way to do it. Sometimes it's just about being you and just being in the moment and just working. And I just want to tell you guys all, you're doing what you need to do to be, by being on this call tonight. You're absolutely fantastic. We are so, so proud of each and every one of you. And I'm going to actually let Ashley take over now so she can talk about some of those new things that she's added to the page so that you guys can run with all of these new references that she has.
Sounds good. Thank you, Nikki. Can you guys give her some love in the chat? Okay, I may need you. Let me see if I can share. Okay, good. I can share my screen. Perfect. I'm just going to quickly show you guys this because I want you to dig in and take a look for it for yourself. So if you go to Ignite and you click on Photos, and then you're going to come over here to Albums, there are 2 new albums for you guys, okay? So this is everything VIP customers. So everything all of this is going to go along with everything that Nikki talked about today. So the second that you guys sign up a VIP customer, there is a checklist for you, okay? So this is what I do. This is how I've built my business for almost 5 years in this industry. You guys, you can tweak it, you can change it. This is just what I do, what works for me. So this is a checklist of things that I do right away when I sign them, 2 days later, the week they sign, 2 weeks later, so on and so forth, okay? So then here are the scripts that I send. 2 days later, I send them this, all right? 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, 8 weeks later. So like I said, just this is what I've done. This is what works for me really well. It helps to explain the perks, to help keep them ordering, things like that. Then you will see this. This is what Nikki was talking about when she said she gets all of their info to get them signed up. Okay, if you guys are confident when you're asking for this, there's no reason why they're not just going to give you the information. If you feel like they are hesitant, you just pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, sounds like you didn't want to text that to me. No worries. I've got you on the phone. I'm right here placing your order. What's your credit card number, right? But this is what I do. I ask for 2 pieces of information at a time. And so I might be following back up with somebody that I was talking to yesterday about Vita, and I'm saying, hey, I'm actually putting in orders for the week. I'll throw yours in too real quick. Ships right to your house. Super easy. They respond, great. I'll say, what's your shipping address and billing if it's different? They respond, okay? Then what's your phone number, email, birthday? I'll text you next. If you're doing this on Facebook or Instagram, you definitely want to make sure you text them to get their credit card info, because lots of people aren't comfortable with sending that through Facebook. So then I would text them and say, hey, Sally, it's Ashley. What's the name on your card you want to use? And is it a Visa or MasterCard? You guys, they just give it to you, especially because you're just asking for 2 pieces of information at a time. So once you get all of their info, here are the instructions that you're going to do to sign them up. Okay, you guys, this is super simple, super easy. This is also the steps if they want to sign up themselves, that you can just copy paste this and send it to them. So sometimes I'll say to them, hey, I'm throwing in my orders right now. Did you want me to put yours in for you too? Sometimes they will say, actually, I was wanting to go on the website and look around a little bit. No problem. Here's the directions. All right, here's my thank you text. So the second that they enroll, this is what I send them, you guys. I'm telling them to go to their website. They're going to start earning points. I'm going to send them a picture, the thank you VIP referral picture. And then remember when Nikki was telling you guys how to set up their referral link? I made a quick 2-minute video today that actually explains how to do that. So if you don't have the time to set up their referral link, you can send them this video and it's going to walk them through how to do that so they can set up their referral link. Here are some of those referral pictures that I have made for you guys. I'll just click on one of them. So I would text this to my brand new VIP customer as soon as I send her the thank you text. And it just says, you're now a VIP, which means you have your very own referral link to send out to your family and friends. Earn 10% back in Emris points on their first order through your link. So it's just kind of showing them a little bit about what that looks like. Here is just a really good script, you guys. These are the 3 options people have when joining Emris. When you're talking to someone about products, I always open it up for business. So if they're asking me about how much it costs for a certain product, this is what I'll send. It's $74 retail. You pay that, get the product, ships, done. Okay, that's retail. Then I explain the VIP program. And then I say option 3 is joining as a brand ambassador. Why not, you guys? What if they just haven't seen your posts? And what if they're sitting there going, yeah, I'm going to be buying these products and getting a discount, but man, I really would like to earn some extra money. Throw it out there, see what happens. This is just every time that you guys do sign a VIP customer, you actually get an email notification with that. I love to make a post about that because it shows your audience that people are actually buying products from you. Your business is moving forward. This is just a way to explain how to actually make a post like that. And then I just created this today for you guys as well. So this is something you can save to your phone. If people are wondering, what are all the perks with signing up as a VIP? How do you do it? You can send them this. It's just going to give them a couple quick bullet points of exactly what a VIP customer is. Okay, then very quickly, I'll show you guys that other, Here it is. Okay, the other album is just product descriptions. This is very simple because right now we just have 3, right? If you guys want to create your own, I gave you guys a little bit of a template of how I usually start writing up a description of a product. I think, what is it? How do I use it? What does it taste or feel like? What are the benefits? What does it do? And then how much does it cost? So if you come here to click on Vita, right here, you can copy paste this if someone's asking you about Vita and very quickly be able to send that to them. So I hope this is something that is a really awesome tool for you guys. We will be adding more content to this. I'm always looking for resources to create for you guys just to make this business very simple and duplicatable. Always throw suggestions our way, you guys. All of the admins on our page are amazing and incredible and awesome. And they're very, very helpful in making sure that we come alongside of you guys to help support you in your businesses. I know for me, a little bit like what Nikki was talking about, sometimes when you get overwhelmed and discouraged, it's really easy to be like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to be done. And I like to make things very simple so that anybody can walk into this business and be able to learn how to do it and earn money as they go with very, very simple steps. So we're going to go ahead and get off of here. Why? Because we have a huge week ahead. So many of you are pushing for director. So many of you are pushing for executive. And if you are doing the 30-day contacting challenge, did you send your messages today? If not, why? It's 9:30 at night. You guys got the rest of the night, so send your messages, get them out. You just heard Nikki talk about what it looks like when you actually send those messages, send those follow-ups. You might not sign that person tonight, but if you want to be signing people every single week, you got to be sending messages every single day and every single week if you want your business to grow. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have an awesome night. Bye.